Good afternoon. It is one of my first few days here at the beach, and I'm having a blast. It's a lot of fun. It's really hot. If you can't tell, I'm a little bit sunburnt. But I just actually came up to the room to get a snack for myself, which is actually what my blog is going to be about today. The snack that I'm eating right now is a melon trio. And it's got honeydew and cantaloupe and watermelon in it. And all three of those fruits are so good for you because they're very high in potassium and low in sodium, so they keep you from bloating. A lot of times it's really important when you're at the beach to make sure that you eat healthier throughout the day, because we know at dinner you're going to go to a nice restaurant, you may have more fried foods, you may eat things that you usually wouldn't eat when you're trying to eat healthy. So it's very crucial to yourself and your healthy lifestyle that while you're at the beach you eat, good snacks and a good lunch and a good breakfast, things like that. So you're not just constantly eating bad things all day long and overloading on all those sugars and fried foods and sweets and stuff like that. So today I've made a list of my favorite things that I bring to the beach that are crucial to me having a good time and not just wanting to go and get a candy bar or some chips or things like that. These snacks always fill me up, keep me full for a little bit. They take away my sweet tooth, because the whole idea of eating healthy is mixing things together that take away those cravings that you would normally have. But you put things together that way you don't have those normal cravings, and they fulfill that spot of those cravings you would normally have. One of my first ones is I eat it every day, period, whether I'm at the beach, but it's apples and peanut butter. A fruit protein balanced snack is going to be so important to you, because not only are you getting the sweet from the fruit, but you're also getting the protein from the peanut butter. So when you put that together, it fills you up a lot. So it takes away your sweet and it gives you a protein and it fills you up. My thing is, I always use all natural peanut butter. There's a lot of sodium, a lot of extra additives put into regular peanut butter that I don't really like. So I'll either use peanut butter or almond butter, and you can get almond butter, both of those at Kroger's. I know that Kroger's has awesome organic food aisles and stuff like that, but I always either go organic or almond butter or an all-natural peanut butter. That's the only two ways that I really go. I don't use regular peanut butter, but that's completely up to you. It's up to your decision. But the sodium in real peanut butter tends to make you bloat, so that's why I'm not really a big fan of it. Another one is celery and dip. I really don't like celery. I really don't like vegetables very much, so it's kind of hard for me to eat this. I can only eat this at certain times. This is not one that I'm really huge on. I'm more of a fruit person. But I have found a dip that I like that's a lot better for you than ranch dressing and other French onion dips that you'd buy that have those extra additives and preservatives in them that you don't necessarily want when you're wanting to eat healthy. And if you chop up some onions and mix some onions and throw your favorite herbs and spices in with low-fat cottage cheese. And I know that sounds absolutely disgusting, but if I can eat it, I promise you can eat it. It is so good. I mix it up, and I can eat my celery with it, and I can tolerate it. And that says a lot, because I do not like celery. So it's really good, and the only thing is that if you're going to take it with you down to the beach, make sure you have a cooler that's going to stay cold. You'll want to put a lot of ice in there. You'll want to make sure, I take a little thermometer with me every time I go down to the beach, just to make sure that if I have anything that can spoil in my cooler, I want to make sure that the degree stays about 40 degrees. You don't want it to get any higher, because then that cottage cheese is going to be nasty. It's going to spoil. Any kind of dip like that, you want to keep it at a cooler temperature around 40 degrees. Another one that I love is almonds. My dad can't eat almonds the way I eat them. I can eat raw almonds. My dad likes them salted and roasted a little bit better, but the sodium on them is just what I don't like. Raw almonds are such a good form of protein for you. They are so good. I love them. I mean, I can eat them. They're so filling. I measure out about a cup, and you don't want to eat a whole bag of almonds when you're at the beach. That's not a snack. A snack is all about serving sizes and portions, and I always measure out 1 cup of almonds and I eat them, and they fill me up. It's not to the point that I feel really bloated or I'm still starving. It just gives me that fulfilled happiness feeling that a snack should give you. A snack shouldn't fill you up like a meal. That's not what it's meant to do. It is meant to just calm your appetite down so that you're not wanting to munch on everything until you have a real meal. It's just there to fulfill your satisfaction until your next meal comes. And also, almonds are really high in fiber and potassium, and that gets rid of a lot of stomach discomfort that you may have if you feel nauseous, if you feel sick. So, like I said, almonds are a very good way to get what you need to get done and, have a good snack that fills you up. I love almonds, so that's probably one of my go-tos. Another one, like I mentioned earlier, is fruits. Like I said, I mean, they're high in potassium. You want to go more sort of like melons like I had, or bananas, or papaya. They're sweet enough that they'll take your sweet tooth away, and they'll fulfill that need of you wanting something sweet or wanting something salty. And then they won't bloat you because you're not getting that sodium and that sugar that you would normally be getting if you had chose to eat chips or cookies or crackers, things like that. One of my favorite, another big part of being healthy and staying, healthy and fit at the beach is hydration. It is very important to stay hydrated. Here, I can tell you right now, it is 95 degrees outside, and it's still getting hotter, and the heat index is 105 degrees. I can show you, this is what I painted this. You can get these at Walmart for like $10. They're called Bubba Kegs. This is a pretty big size jug. I painted it to make it look a little more girly and a little bit more like me. But, I mean, you can get something like that, and that keeps me hydrated all day. And I don't just throw water in there. I really love limes and I love lemons, and they really do help burn calories and speed up your metabolism. So I always, cut up a whole lime or a whole lemon, or I use half a lime. Like today, I used half a lime and half a lemon, and I cut them up and I put them in my Bubba Keg with my water, and so that it gives my water a little bit more of a taste, so that I don't crave sodas and I don't crave, Gatorades and things like that. The water is just enough that it makes me not crave other things, but it still is keeping me hydrated at the same time. But those are simple ways that you can eat healthy snacks while you're at the beach. Keep you from bloating, because I know as a girl that is the biggest thing. We don't want to bloat when we're at the beach. You don't want to feel bigger than you usually would. So all those snacks that I just listed are so crucial, and they're so good. And that's just really some good things that you can use to stay healthy. And now I'm going to move on to ways to stay active, because not only do you want to be healthy at the beach, you really want to be active at the beach. And one of those ways that I have to stay active as well as healthy is by taking a long walk. I know when we're at the beach, we're really tempted to just lay on the beach and we want to relax and we want to people watch, because that's what we all do. Don't act like you don't do it, because we all know we do it. But a good long walk is a great way to get in some exercise and to stay active, because when you're walking on soft sand, it works your legs more than walking on flat ground, if that makes sense. I know me personally, when I just walk from my hotel out to where I'm going to sit at, my legs are probably already cramping. And I cannot tell you, I did a workout that I made up this morning on the beach, that I will be showing you that workout later. But I did it and I was so sore. It is so hard to do things on the sand because you're not used to that. And your muscles have to put a lot more effort into doing stuff at the beach and on the sand, because it's a lot harder. It's not solid ground that you're used to working out and running and walking on. So, but the main thing is that if you're going to be walking a long distance, do not go barefoot, because it really is really hard on your ankles, and it really just hurts pretty bad. It can hurt pretty bad, and it's kind of dangerous. So if you're going to be walking a long distance or running a long distance, keep in mind that you may want to go earlier or wear tennis shoes or things like that. Another one that I have is don't just float. I know when you're in the ocean, it's relaxing to just float in the waves and let them hit you. Or if you're in the pool and you want to just sit on the float, that's fine. It's okay to do that, but switch it up every now and again. Don't just float every day. Use your muscles, swim against the waves, swim with the waves. That will work so many muscles in your body, and it honestly will physically wear you out. You could probably go take a nap after you're done, and it'll work every muscle in your body, so that way you don't have to worry about everything else that's going to happen. Another one is play volleyball, or you can throw a frisbee. Doing these simple things in the sand will work your arms, your legs, your core, and also if you do them during the day, it'll make you sweat. And I know we're not big on sweating. There comes a process, I mean, you don't want to sweat too much, but you want to make sure that while you're doing these things, you're drinking lots of water, you're staying hydrated, because if you're sweating, that means you're getting a pretty decent workout if you're doing it in the sun. And it's not necessarily a workout, because if you get a big group of people and play a big game of volleyball, it's fun, it's active, and it's going to be a good way for you to burn calories while you're on the beach, but also having fun doing it and not just working yourself to death. Another one is, if you've saw my blog, you know how I feel about this, but bring your own yoga mat. It's active and it's relaxing. www.fitsugar.com has an article titled Back to Basics Sun Salutation, and it has 7 different poses where you can go on, and it shows you each pose. It's of yoga, of course, and it shows you each pose and the correct way to do that pose, and they're basic, simple poses that you could do while you're outside at the beach and not have to worry about anything else. It'll be like I said, it's very simple, very basic things. You don't have to be an expert to do it. If I can do it, you can do it. If you're like me, I went to hot yoga, so I probably wouldn't recommend doing it during the day, because I feel like that's going to be exactly like doing hot yoga. Plus, if you're wanting it to be more relaxing, I would recommend doing it later in the afternoon, maybe towards the nighttime, or maybe get up early in the morning one morning and watch the sunset while you're doing yoga. I think that would be very relaxing for you, and it would also be a very good form of exercise while also keeping you relaxed so that you're not working yourself, like I said. Another one that I have, which I think is my last one, is planning an excursion. Planning something like this, you have to put a little bit more time into it because you have to plan in advance. But I know me and my dad used to love, when I was a couple of years ago, we actually planned a dolphin tour where we got to ride jet skis out to Shell Island, and we got to snorkel and swim and walk around, and it was really fun, and it was a good way for us to get out there and exercise a little bit. We got to swim in the ocean. We got to walk around. We got to ride a jet ski out there. It was really fun. And doing things like that can really take your mind away from the staying active part of it and just let you have some fun. A lot of things you could do are just simple, like take a surfing class. There's plenty of places at a beach where I'm sure you can call and ask about taking a surfing class, and who doesn't want to learn to surf? I think that would be pretty awesome. Also, you can rent a kayak for an hour and kayak in the ocean. There's so many people here I know that are kayaking and paddle boarding and everything like that, and they're just having a blast, and it looks like so much fun. So, like I said, if you're wanting something like that, if you want something different, if you don't want to just do the basic things and do, swim and run, if you want to do more fun things, planning something like that may be more beneficial to you and your family and how your family is. But that's all I really have today, so that I hope all of my no bloat snacks are really, beneficial to you. I hope that you like them and you get good use out of them. And like I said, the ways to stay active, there's so simple things that you can do on a day-to-day basis that'll keep you active, keep you burning calories, and keeping that beach body while you're at the beach, so that way you don't get bloated the entire time that you're there, and then that whole beach body you've been working on just really goes out the window. So like I said, if you pair some good snacks and some good healthy breakfasts and lunches and, some active activities during the day, you should be set to go.